Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Nature. This is the digital adaptation of the popular board game. I've never actually played the tabletop version, but North Star Games was kind enough to send me an early copy of the digital version on Steam. This includes the core game, the flight module, and the Jurassic module. And I've been messing around with those, and based on what I've played, this is very similar to Evolution. I actually had to look it up. Evolution's a board game also by North Star Games. I've played that digitally as well. And from what I was reading, Nature is like a streamlined, redesigned version of Evolution. And I can see a lot of similarities here. There are slight differences in how the rules play, but yeah. And it turns out I'm just as bad at Nature as I am at Evolution. So don't expect any sort of grandiose gameplay from me here. I'm just here to show you the digital version. So let's just do that now. As far as release dates are concerned, I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say. So I will just say that the release date will be announced soon. The basic AI search will tell you that it's Q4 2025. That's all I'm going to say. I have a better release date in my head, but I'm just going to keep that to myself until it's officially announced. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. There's a campaign, there's a local game, and there's an online mode. I'm going to take you through the tabs on the right first. Account, I'm not going to show you that because that's personal information. You sign in with your email and stuff. Friends, though, you can connect with your friends from here. You can even send them messages if you want to. I guess you'll get photos every time you beat a campaign level. I have yet to do that because I'm awful at this game. There's a ranking system. Every time you beat the AI or beat someone in multiplayer, you will go up in rank or you earn achievements or something, and you get new avatars to set as your profile, which is kind of cool. And there are tutorials as well. One for the base game Nature, and then for the expansions Flight and Jurassic, and each one behaves differently. New cards, new restrictions, new bonuses, that kind of thing. Settings, just here it is. Pause if you want to see any of that in greater detail. Everything's right there. Now, because this is an early build, again, I don't want to tell you how early this is, because that might clue you in as to the release date. But I'm told that there's pass and play. However, I can't seem to get that to work right now. I do have an email out to North Star Games just to see if it's a bug, whatever. So let's go ahead and I'll quickly show you like the campaign side of this. There's the Nature, and then Jurassic and Flight. And these are like, I don't want to say they're scripted, but they will challenge you in particular ways. You kind of have to come up with your own solutions and stuff. Yeah. So it plays like a normal game, but with extra challenges. So I have yet to beat the first one. I tried it. I failed miserably. I'll come back to it later. Like I said, I'm not really good at this game. There's online and there's local. Now, local, like I said, the Steam store page does say shared, split screen, PvP, blah, blah, blah. So I know it's there. There's also remote play. So I know it's possible. I just can't get it to work. For example, there's player 1 here, which is me. And then player 2, if I toggle to humans, it goes tap to add a friend. Well, we're in Steam. I'm not on the phone. I can't tap anything. So this functionality seems to be not all there yet. Like I said, this is an earlier build. So I was hoping to like play against myself so I could show you each module individually. Like I do the birds and, maybe my other opponent does the Jurassic. But for right now, I guess we'll just play an easy game against the AI. I beat him once, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it again, but we'll find out. So let's just go ahead and do this, and I'll kind of like give you an overview of what this game is about. I'm not an expert, mind you, but your goal is to earn victory points, and you earn victory points by eating... Oh crap, I have all of these selected. I did not want that. Let's go back. Let's go back. I don't want all those modules selected for this game. Let's take it slower. Let's undo those. I'll show you Flight and Jurassic in a future video. Idly, I've got a second key for Idly upstairs, and she's currently going through the tutorials, learning the game as well. So I'll show you these modules, I think, with her, where I've got more control over the playing field. But for right now, we'll just do the base game with the AI. So, like I said, the whole purpose of this is to get more victory points than your opponent, and you get victory points by eating in this game. You also get victory points if you have surviving animals at the end of 4 rounds. The game lasts 4 rounds, that's it. If you have a module like Jurassic or Flight enabled, the game lasts 5 rounds. So at the beginning of a round, players are dealt 5 cards, and they will have the opportunity to add these cards to the animals that are in their little tableau. Also, a card is drawn for the food in the middle. So if a card is drawn and there's a little 2 leaf in the upper left-hand corner, that means 2 food per player. So there would be 4 food here. And we have to split that between us. And we have to like get to that food first and not starve. So we've got these cards now in front of us, and he played his cards. Now I'm going to play my cards. So I can play defense cards. One of the things you can do in this game is just turn into a predator. If I remember correctly, in Evolution, you had to get a particular card to do that dealt to you. Here, I can just choose to if I want. I can just drag this over to my herbivore, and now it automatically becomes a carnivore. And instead of feeding off of food in the mill, where we're sharing food, I can now feed off other creatures, including myself if I cannot eat him. And that's where these numbers on these animals kind of come into play. There's green, which is population, and there's blue, which is size. And population, you need 1 food for each population you have. So that kind of like determines the max amount of food that a particular animal or species can hold on their little character card there, or species card, I guess. Whereas the base size determines how much food you can take every time you go to the middle, or when you attack somebody. Or it also determines like how much defense you have against predators. Like typically predators cannot attack something bigger than them. Again, there are exceptions to that rule based on these various cards here. Now, I can give these traits to my species here to make them better. For example, this opportunistic +1 defense. After any of your species forages or hunts, eat 2 meat, I guess, and if there are any plant food left in the watering hole. So I like that one. If I've got multiple species on the board, I can just make 1 feed and then these other guys feed automatically, which is kind of cool. This one is more defensive. When hunted, kills population of the hunter equal to the species size. So there are some defenses against attacking predators. +2 food when eating. I'm going to start with that one. And if I want to increase the population or size of my species, I have to play cards on it. So I'm going to play this +4 defense there, and +4 defense, say, over here, and I might play that here. Now, here's the thing. I can leave a card left over if I want to, like, add more food after the fact. If I think 4 food is not going to be enough for both of us, if I think he's going to get to that food before me, I may want to keep a card in reserve just in case. Now, based on his stats here, he's going to get 2 food, and that leaves me with 2 food. So, I mean, because he goes first. He's got that little tiger meeple next to his cards up here. So, if I don't feed fully, I lose population, which is bad. So, I don't want to do that. So do I keep this for food just in case? If I feed with my creature, I get +2 food when eating. I'm going to keep that card. I'm just going to keep it end my turn in case I need that food. Yes, he's grabbing 2 there. Feed my species. I can grab an extra 2 food with this card. There's only 2 left. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up here. And I'll auto-feed what I need. Okay. And that food in here carries over to the next turn. Now, the amount of food that I banked there scores as victory points. Alright, so now, at the beginning of a new round, a new species comes out. And it starts off as a 1-1. if your creature or species is killed for whatever reason, it retains the population and size and then kind of respawns in the next round. So there's that. I think that's another change from evolution. I'm going to go ahead and add opportunistic here, I think. Or no, I'm going to add it over here because I want to feed with this one because I get more food when feeding, but then this one will automatically feed this here. I don't see... Now, it's my turn to go first, so I can't see if he's going to turn anyone into a predator or not. His largest species is a size 3, so he potentially could turn this into a predator and start hunting me. I may want to add some defense cards. You know what? Let's add... +2 defense, eats 1 food when the watering hole empties, eats 2 when a species hunts. Let's go ahead and get some population in there, some defense in there, or some size rather. Let's go ahead and add more of that. And we'll add... I kind of want to add this. Let's do... I don't want to go too crazy, but yeah, let's do this. Let's okay, it's stuck. There we go. Let's add that there. I think that'll double down. So let's go ahead and end our turn. And we'll see what happens. Now he's adding his cards. He is turning into a hunter. Which, he's got a size 1. +2 hunt. That's bad. I think that means that he actually has... He could potentially hunt that. That's not good. I'm going to take the first turn, though, and when I feed, I get to take 2 food, plus 2 from this, plus 2 food when eating. And when I do that, these opportunistic ones will kick in, and I will get some food whenever... Yeah, so here we go. And these guys should kick in there. Nice. So I'm completely full up. Yeah, he did attack me there. And that's it. So we kind of evened out. I need to do something about this predator. Now, again, if I can get all of my cards, like if I can defend all of these guys and make them unhuntable, he'll be forced to turn on his own people, or his own species, rather. I may want to consider doing that. Let's see. Fast can only be hunted with as many as... Okay, so he does not have a fast trait, so I may just want to add fast to this one, so he can't hunt it. And then this one is for +2 hunt, +1 defense, +2 food when eating. When hunted, kills population of the hunter. Now, that's interesting, but I kind of want that instead. Let's go ahead and increase that. And, like, I don't have enough cards. Like, I want to increase a lot of things, but... Now, he's got 3 there, so if I can make that 3... Or, I mean, if I could do that, add that there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And let's go ahead and add that to population, maybe. And this one, +2 food. I don't think we need to add any food when eating at this point. We've got a lot of food in the middle. +1 defense. Unless he adds fast to his hunter, he will not be able to hunt this species because it has fast already. So, I'm thinking about turning that into... Let's do that to size. Okay. And then we'll end our turn. Okay. So now we're going to feed, starting with him. He's going to grab that. And that actually kicked in. He has this opportunistic trait, which, same as mine, it will automatically feed him. But then this +2 food kicked in when eating, and so it gave him an extra... Yeah, so he's completely full up. All of his food is now mine. So I'm going to just do that. Just take all of that food there. There we go. Oh, he can still attack me. That's not good. Auto feed. Okay. Now let's see what I end up with. Okay, I'm slightly better, but I really need to defend against that predator. Last round of the entire game, if you can believe it. I'm going to add some defense, I think. I'm going to add some defense cards. There's only 5 food in the middle this time. I'm going to add a defense card there, because I don't like what he's doing. And I want to add a fast one here, I think. Prevent him from hunting that. And then as far as the rest of this is concerned, I would like to add, again, more population so I can bank more food. Let's add that there. And now I can add defense to something. That's a defense. I've got 4 size, and he's got 3. He could add more size to that and attack this, so I think I'm going to play that there for defense. Okay, so all of my species should be protected from that predator. We'll see how that all kicks in later. I am concerned about the food situation, though. We'll see how this all plays out. He did leave a card behind. I'm gonna... yeah, just take this and, yeah. That'll force him to play a card for food, probably. I have to starve one of my guys, unfortunately. We'll do that one. And he's going to add some food. And I have to starve that one. And I have to starve that one. Probably not a good turn for me. This card came back to me. I could use that to feed this, I suppose. But then that feeds that and that, which I don't want to do. So, yeah, let's just... I'll starve that one. And that still leaves me with 7 food at the end of it. Okay, so let's see how this all plays out. He did get an extra species at the end of the game, so we got +2 points there. And did I win? Barely. Barely. All right, not terrible. Not terrible. So again, that was just the base game, mind you. The flight module and the Jurassic module add some really cool mechanics, but I'm going to save that for a future video, possibly with Idly, once we get her up and running. So there you go, folks. Hopefully you found this helpful. Like I said, I do roughly know when the game is going to release, but I can't say. Just be on the lookout for it. There is going to be a release date fairly soon. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.